the judgment of the lost soul. The night was cold and dark. No stars shone in the sky, and the moon seemed to have been swallowed by the endless blackness. A man wandered alone down a deserted road, his footsteps echoing in the silence. His chest tightened, as if an invisible weight pressed down on his soul. He didn't know where he was or how he had gotten there. All he felt was a growing fear, an unshakable sense that something terrible was about to happen. Then, the wind whispered his name. At first, it was faint, like a distant echo, but soon it turned into a deep and haunting call. He stopped, his heart pounding violently. He tried to speak, but no sound came out. And then, a voice, powerful and absolute, filled the void around him. "Ungrateful son, who denied the truth, now you face your eternity." He turned in every direction, but there was no one in sight. The fear clawed at him, a suffocating grip on his chest. Suddenly, a blinding light shattered the darkness. Before him stood a magnificent throne of radiance, and seated upon it was the one he had spent his whole life ignoring. The judge. His gaze was pure and piercing, filled with justice, yet no mercy. The man fell to his knees, his mind spinning. "You denied my name, mocked the cross, and now you cry out for my light?" The truth struck him like a blade. He remembered every time he had laughed at the scriptures, every chance he had to repent but chose to ignore. He had ridiculed those who preached faith, called them fools, and trusted that his wealth and power would save him. But now there was no wealth, no status. Only the grim reality of judgment. The ground began to tremble. Black chains slithered out of the void, wrapping around his wrists and ankles. He struggled, but there was no escape. The shadows around him shifted and whispered his name, calling him to the abyss. "Lord! Please! Let me go back!" he cried out, desperation filling his voice. But the answer came like thunder. "You chose the world, you rejected salvation." A crack opened beneath his feet. A searing heat rose from the depths, carrying the stench of burning sulfur. He clawed at the air, searching for something, anything, to hold on to, but there was nothing but emptiness. His body was pulled downward, swallowed by the darkness, his agonizing screams vanishing into the void. And then, silence. But suddenly, a new vision emerged. Another scene unfolded, offering a final warning. "To those who still live, hear this now, the time of grace will one day end." The trumpet would sound, and the world would witness its final day. Some would be taken, others would remain. And those who mocked the cross, who denied the truth, would share the fate of that man. Because on the day of judgment, there will be no second chances.